70 people would be killed in this series of attacks. They also raised a fund for $100,000. 22 gunmen were hired as well. Even though the invaders were armed and supplied, the gunmen failed their mission. In the winter of 1886 to 1887, in the state of Wyoming, it is very hard for the herds of big and rich cattlemen, and terrible losses have also occurred. After the winter of 1886, the small ranch owners came out better from the winter, and this leads to suspicion. The big ranch owners have suffered a loss from the winter, and now they think the small cattlemen have been stealing their cows. Rustling means that cattle are stolen in the open range, and rustling was pretty common in the open range at that time. But this time is different. It differs because the big ranchers are struggling to survive. The big ranchers decide to do something about this. They use their association with the WSGA, the Wyoming Stock Growers Association, to ban small ranch owners who have been under suspicion. Ordinary people are annoyed about this situation of big ranchers taking everything. So ordinary juries don't think it's a big problem, because the big ranchers deserve this. The big ranchers now take matters into their own hands. Things get into problems when two couples, who are Jim Averill and Ella Watson, are lynched. The couple have a legal claim to the land, but their land was in the middle of a pasture owned by Albert Bothwell. And Albert Bothwell want the couple gone. So, in 1889, when Ella got a small herd of cows, Bothwell accused her as a rustler. So, he and his men grab Ella and Jim and hangs both of them. After a while, Bothwell takes over the land and also their cattle. Some murders of small ranch owners follow, and it leads to 3 small owners dead. The small ranch owners made an association for themselves and will hold their own round-up before the WSGAs. Now the WSGAs are fed up. The WSGAs take action by deciding to make a series of attacks and killings to decrease the amount of rustling there was. 70 people will be killed in this series of attacks. They also raised a fund for $100,000. 22 gunmen were hired as well. Even though the invaders were armed and supplied, the gunmen still failed the mission. When they realized 2 people from their hit list, Nate Champion and his partner, Nick Ray, were at the KC Ranch, they attacked them. Nate actually managed to hold the invaders for a while, until they set the building on fire and shot him down. The sheriff of Jonson County, Sheriff Angus, takes over 70 men to go after the invaders, and angry citizens also follow. The gunmen were surrounded by 300 angry citizens, and they only escape when U.S. 6th Cavalry comes and saves them. This is the Jonson County War of 1889.